Hi guys, we're back at Smash Fishing. It's currently half an hour before low tide and we're going to go look for some lobsters and crabs. So stay tuned, it's Smash Fishing. Woo! It's a cracking size hole right there. Shame there's nothing in it though. That's the sort of place where the lobsters and the brown crab are going to be cooped up. That's what I'm mainly targeting today. We haven't got the lowest tide in the world, so we've just got to try and find all the holes. Look at that one. What's that? Oh, it's a really soft lady crab. That's recently peeled. I'll put that where I found him. Beautiful. It's always a bonus when you find a scary seal on the rocks. This is the second one round here I found. Cheers lads. The colours on that snake lock. The pinks are showing a lot on that one. Beautiful. You can get a shrimp that lives in the snake locks as well. The snake lock shrimp. Awesome to see. Pie crust crab. They're all shedding their shells now, like most of them. Got an absolutely cracking day today. Sun's out, no wind, perfect for filming. All we need now is some creatures. We're going up to the good spots now. I was just looking around the corner just in case there was a lobster in a hole. Nothing yet. Hell yeah. What's up, little man? I think that's called an oyster catcher. That little bird there. It's gone now. This crab here. That's a molted brown crab. Or is that? Oh no, it's just dead. Don't know why that's dead. That's definitely not molted. Still very heavy. Died of old age. Some nice sized dog whelks here. Really big ones on this beach. You can get them all different colours, all different shapes. It's great to see the abundance though. You see you've got nice smooth ones, you've got the rough ones. Some of them are banded, you can get yellow ones. Awesome. Tides are going to be going out for the next few days, further and further, to the point all of this is going to be uncovered. So you know I'm coming after the lobsters. Little brown crab there. There's a tiny little long claw porcelain crab just there. Awesome to see those. We don't see a huge amount of them. Always a lot of brown crabs on this beach. No lobsters yet. Keep that rock where it was. Beautiful. Little velvet swimming crab there. Feisty little one, this one. Wants to bite me. Awesome little creatures though. Be nice to get a couple of really big ones. Off they go. Straight back home. It's always a good day when you start finding weights. So that's one lure, one fishing weight. Some awesome looking dog whelks. It's always worth just looking around on the side of the rocks and stuff, because sometimes you end up finding mussels, oysters. You never know. You can tell when a spot is hammered by the bass fishermen. Check this out. What we've got here is the black tide eel. Then we got the white. And then we got, oh, come here. There we go. A good old Savage gear. 3 lures, baby. Buzzing with that. Thanks again, lads. I know the bass fishermen come down here, but it's a free for all if you leave them. These snake locks like this, where they're really vibrant, these are the ones that glow underneath the UV light. Awesome. If anyone ain't seen it, you want to check that video out, it's on the channel. All I'm doing is just mooching about at the moment, not finding too much lobster holes, but hey ho, you never know. Whoop. Nice little Venus clam there. There's a lot of different species of Venus clam. I won't try and name them all. There's just so much life around here. You never know what you're going to come across. This is more like the grounds I like to forage. Big rocky boulder beds. That's where I tend to find most of the life, and the lobsters are usually cooped up right in the corners of the rocks. It's that crab pot from the last video. Should we check under it again? Let's go. What we got under there? Little lady crab, little brown crab down there. Loads of little vicious lady crabs. The colour of this Venus clam, really orange, that one. Cool to see. We've got the shell of one there. You can see what I mean by the amount of different species of Venus clam there are. And then you got like the Dosinia clams and stuff. That's a warty Venus clam, that one. Awesome. All I'm doing at the moment is just enjoying myself, just walking along, hoping to find a lobster hole. Check this one out, guys. If I can get him out, I don't want to damage him. He's better off in the water anyway. These are a very low water species, these. That's the Spiny Starfish. There you go, all coiled up. Put him in the water. And these get gigantic as well. Awesome things to see though. Look at the colours on it. It's got pinks, blues, purples, oranges. And these tentacles here are how they feed. They wrap them around the shellfish, bring it to the middle, and they feed off it that way. Very interesting creatures, the starfish. This is a fantastic place to find a lobster. Where you've got a big ledge like this that goes under the rock, and you've got about 4 inches of water there, that's where you're going to find the big lobsters. They love little gullies like this that don't dry out. If there's anything under that. Nope. This is a cool place. Some bean sea squirts down there. Get lots of them around here. We've got painted top shells, all the limpets, thick top shells. Awesome. It's like gin clear, this water at the moment. Surprised there's no mullet around. It's quite interesting, this beach. I don't find all the smaller creatures like the butterfish and like all the smaller porcelain crabs. They don't have them in abundance here. We tend to just find the big crabs and lobsters. It's quite interesting as one side will have absolutely tons of stuff and one only has the big stuff. It's really weird. So you definitely got to work for your food around here, that's for sure. How big is he? Come here, though, man. There we go. Small brown crab there. I thought he was a bit bigger. There we go, go back into his little hole. I'm in a big gully at the moment. Just searching around, trying to find a lobster hole. Come on, you beauties. Places like this just scream crab and lobsters. See, I've got a massive shelf here. What I'm doing is just taking my time, because if there's any lobsters sticking out, you've got to be pretty quick. So they will just harbour themselves right in the cracks of here. And what I'm looking for is the little red tentacles. They're feelers. That's usually the giveaway first. And if I see some, I'm going to grab them. We've seen lobsters here before. Can't see anything today. They're quite curious creatures as well. So if you stand around for a good minute, usually they'd come out and investigate. How big is it? I can just see the claw. Oh, there you go. Come here, little man. This is a little brown crab. I'll leave him be. All I could see was the corner of his claw, so you never know how big they are. So it's always worth just raking them out. It doesn't do them any harm. Oh, going a bit deep here. That tide is really racing out now. It seems to be going down a lot further than it usually does, especially on a 1.4 like it is now. Look at that for a hold. Come here. Look at the size of that one, guys. Booyah! That's a big old lobster right there. Check the size of that. It's got a bit of a mutated claw there. Lovely sized lobster. His claw came off because he bit the hook. That's a cracking lobster any day of the week right there. Check that out. Woohoo! I'm absolutely buzzing. Solid lobster as well. What is it? And it's a male. You can tell the sex of them by these two here. If they're soft and small, then it's a female. If they're hard, it's a male. So that one there is getting cooked up, baby. Hell yeah. What a cracker. That's an absolute beast. And I've still got about an hour and a half left to go as well, so I'm going to forage for another good 45 minutes and then we'll quickly do a cook up and then we'll go home. That's a warrior of a lobster right there. I forgot my foraging bag. I'm just going to dump him in here. On the claw. I can't be forgetting that. I just don't want to wet my electrics. We got the lobster in the foraging bag. I am absolutely buzzing with that. I cannot believe I just got a lobster. And a big one at that. A big male. A few brown crabs in there. I'm not going to disturb him. Some huge holes here and I'm glad that tide's whipped out. Oh, here go guys. I can show you how fast the tide comes in and out here now. Check that out. It absolutely flies out. That's why you don't want to get caught out by our tides, because it will really mess you up. That's quite cool. Look how pink those are. Snake-like anemones, but they're very, very pink. It's cool to see that. Check this brown crab out. It's probably the biggest one of the day. It's hard as well. Come here, buddy. There we go. It's not a bad one there. There's another one. Is it soft? Yeah, that one shed its shell. That would be the female. And this, I bet, is a male. There you go. And that's how they breed. You can see by the apron here. You see it's long. The females is a circular. And the females shed their shell. And then the males breed with them and protect them. That's great to see that. Go on, little man. Go protect your missus. There we go. Happy as two chippy peas in a pod. There's a big old lady crab there. Him fighting me. It's a massive lady crab. Or velvet swimming crab. There you go. That one will give you a nasty nip. Cool to see that. Go on, little man. Get in there. I don't want you. A nice sized Venus there. Beauty of a Venus, that one. What I'm doing is just scouting about at the moment. There's another one of those water bombs. That's usually how we find the Venus clam. You can see they're always up like this in the sand. Keep him there, we don't need him. Thing you need to watch out for with getting lobsters this time of year is that all the crabs and stuff, they are molting. So you've got to make sure when you put the hook in the holes is not to just go ramming it in there, because you'll end up breaking up the soft lobsters. Just feel around. You'll feel it. You'll know if there's a lobster in it, because like that one did, it grabbed hold of the hook and his claw came off. That tide's still going down. Yeah, and the claw came off. So you always know when there's a lobster in the hole. But yeah, I just thought it's a good tip to give you guys, is not to go smashing them all up inside, especially not springtime, because this is the time for the big lobsters. Seeing a lot more of the long claw porcelain crabs on this beach, and less of the broad claw. Always interests me that. Why certain parts of the island has certain creatures. Another little water bubble one there. I'm not going to pop him. I want to break everything that I see. You can see that all the crabs are molting. There you go. One there. There's his top shell. That one will be a lot bigger when it's expanded. That's for sure. There'll be a nice sized crab when it's all hardened back up. There's a big hole under here, but I'm not putting the hook in. I don't want to break it. Got my lobster all ready, guys. Accidentally crushed his claw before. There you go. That's the beauty I caught. That is an absolute monster of a lobster right there. Try and get him in the sunlight for you. That's going to be great eating. I haven't had no lunch or breakfast, but you know my breakfast is going to be this bad boy. So I'm going to set the cooker up now and we'll get him cooked, baby. Hell yeah! All I'm doing today, guys, I haven't got no fancy ingredients with me. I'm literally just going to boil the lobster. Look at the claw on that. It's massive. What an absolute warrior of a lobster. Beast. I'm pretty sure that this may beat the urban foraging video for the size of the lobster. This thing's a bloody tank. Absolute beast. I tried on the claw before, so I broke it. Absolute beast this is. It's got to be a good, what, £3 lobster maybe? Got to be a £3 lobster, that. Lovely. I thought I'd say, just to kill it, I put my foraging hook through its head. I don't have a knife with me today. I didn't actually expect to get a massive lobster like this. I thought we might have got a couple of small ones, but can't complain with that. Just waiting for the water to boil up a little bit and we're going to get it cooking. Water's starting to get to the boil now, so what I'm going to do is get old Larry in there. That's if I can get him in there. Come on, Larry. There we go. Beautiful. And then can't forget the claw. Look at that. That's what you call a lunch. Hell yeah! And when I'm looking for lobsters, this is what I'm looking for. 2 big feelers. Because that's what you're going to see, because the feelers are a lot longer than what the claws are. So when you see 2 little bits like this sticking out the rocks, you know there's a lobster. How I like to boil a lobster this size. I usually just let the water get to a simmering boil. I'll put the lobster in and give it a good 10 minutes. And then that'll be the lobster perfectly cooked. If you were at home, I'd give it 10 minutes and then put it into an ice bath, and that will stop the cooking process. But because I'm out on the rocks, I'm just going to munch it. Such a great view from here. Got the islands in the background. Got lobsters cooking on the rocks. Can't beat that for a 2-hour walkabout. Absolutely awesome. There's Herm, the little one. Sorry, Herm's there. Sark is behind it. And you got Jetu there. Brilliant. Fresh lobster, baby. Oh yeah. Check that out, guys. Fresh lobster on the rocks. That's what it's all about. I've got my nice little plate here. The claw up there. Whoa. Oh, pulled his head off. Come here. Ah. Check that for a lobster. Oh, that's hot. That is an absolute whopper of a meal. Ow. Oh yeah. Look at the size of the meat in the claws. Oh, that's hot. Gotta let it cool down a little bit before I start chowing in. Can't be that. A lovely day, bright sunshine, low winds, and eating lobster on the rock for your lunch. Oh, bugger. 2-second rule. Oh, that's really hot. You cannot beat that. Ow! And this lobster's really full as well. There's a lot of meat in it. Wow! Calm down, Jake. Ow! Oh, so delicious. I haven't had lobster in so long. Just let that one cool down a bit. Let's get the tail off. That is a heavy tail right there. This is definitely one of the biggest lobsters I've foraged on the channel anyway. And with the legs, it's always good. You can either use a rolling pin or you get your fingers and just squeeze the meat out. And then you get it out that way. I don't usually bother with the legs. Not unless it's a giant lobster. Look at the meat inside this lobster. It's mental. This is one of the fullest lobsters I've ever had as well. Wow, that's hot. I don't really care. It's lobsters, baby. Hell yeah. Ooh, look at the size of the meat in that lobster. Oh, what a cracking meal. Ow. And you got the feather inside the claw meat there. Get that out. And all of that is good to eat. So there you go, that's the tail meat. And that's a huge chunk of meat right there. And that's how the claws come out. The claw's always a bit more squishy, the meat. And the tail is the really like tough one. There's a poo track inside of them that you want to get out. I'll show you how to do that in just a sec. There's so much meat inside a lobster. And that is one of my favourite meals to forage, hands down. Yeah, with the tail, there's a bit of meat on the back there. If you just pull it, and you'll see, it reveals all of the poo track. And all you got to do is just flick that out, and that is all good to go. It always amazes me, lobster, how much meat you really get out of them. I never know what to say on cooks like this. Just sitting here munching lobsters. Get the rest of that poo track out. There we go. Beautiful. Get rid of that. Just a little bit there. Lovely job. Fresh meat, baby. Good thing is, tides are getting lower as well. So every day I'm going to come out for my 2 hours exercise. My exercise is walking around the beaches. And hopefully we can find some more. If this was a female lobster, I would have put it back. But because it was a male, I'm happy to eat it. I'm all about preserving species if we can. It's always good to do your little part. I definitely prefer the tail meat. The tail meat is more meaty, if that makes sense. I'm right on the low tide mark at the moment, so all the fish and crabs are going to have a field day with the rest of this. Right, get rid of that. Yeah, all the other sea creatures can have a feed as well as I've had a feed. Nothing will go to waste. Everything back as I found it. Oh, look at that. Move my plate and find a brown crab. Right, I'll leave you there, buddy. There's a load of lobster there if you want some. There you go. Beautiful. It's like we were never here. A few lobster bits lurking around for the fish and crabs. I've had my feed. That's what it's all about, baby. This seaweed right here, this is sugar kelp. Get massive strands of it around here. It's always attached to a little rock. And look how long that goes. Come on, you scallop. Nope, she's a dud. That's a big old banded Venus clam there. I know the species of this one. Ugh, mosquito. Yeah, that's a banded Venus clam. Nice size one as well. Beauty. Oh, that would have been a beauty of a clam, that one. What I'm doing at the moment is just having a little mooch around. See if I can find anything cool before the tide comes up. Got another about 15 minutes and then I'm gonna make my way home. So you never know what you're gonna find on the beaches, baby. That's a nice sized brown crab right there. Look at that one. Not a lot else though. Get my lures. That's all for today's episode, guys. Got 4 lures. We got the black tide one, the scary eel, the white one. These are all sidewinders. Apart from this is a savage gear. And we got a nice big lobster. That's got to be a good, what, 3-pound lobster maybe? Got a beautiful view behind us of the islands. I've run out of time now, so I've got 10 minutes to get home. So stay tuned for next episode. If you like my channel, like, subscribe. There's gonna be plenty more to come, hopefully. And everyone, hope you're staying safe. It's smash fishing. Woo! Well, that's always a bonus. Come to the top of the beach and find a lure in the packet.